Hey guys, we're going to get started now, so if everybody could take their seats. Sorry. If everybody can take their seats so we can get started, we want to make sure we get to the boys' speeches. It's a highlight of our day today. Listen, welcome everybody to the Mother-Son 2019 Mother-Son Brunch. You know, this is one of those events that make our program unique and as special as it is. Between the Mother-Son Brunch, the Father-Son Beefsteak, the things where we get together away from the football field, away from practice, and celebrate all of you, all the people that make our program as special as it is. These are the days that we really look forward to. Today's a day where our boys get to say thank you to people who really put forth effort to make them as successful as they are. Been in our program now a few years. The wins are great. We want to win. We want to do that and this. But making sure that our kids give back to the community with all the community service that we do, and that they gain an appreciation for the people that help them and make them successful is something that I think is important as they go through the rest of their lives. Our program's about building kids that are going to become better, productive members of their communities when they get older. And this group is no different than the ones that we've put out. So I want to congratulate all of you parents for providing us with such great young men. So round of applause for everybody, please. And, guys, for all the people that put in such hard work for this, events like this are not easy. And for all you senior moms that have done everything to help our program become as successful it is and to have such great events in this, I'd like to give all of them a round of applause. Our Booster Club moms, Debbie Petroselli, her crew, Mrs. Kuhn, everybody, Mrs. Scher, everybody that has worked so tirelessly to make sure events like this come off. It's really a great thing. I think there are three types of moms, okay? There's a mom, there's a football mom, and there's a Wayne Hills football mom. And it is a little different in our program being a football mom. I'm convinced that your children get their toughness, get their motivation and their dedication from all of you. Because being a football mom is a lot more than making sure that your son has laundry or done or has food. It's about instilling in them the drive and the commitment that it takes to be a football player at Wayne Hills. Whether you realize this or not, for you younger parents, I don't know if you realize this, but your child has made the decision that they are going to put themselves in position to be out in the heat, to be in the rain, to be in the snow, to be in the cold, and they're going to project their bodies into high-speed collisions. And as parents, you said, go get it, son. So I want to congratulate all of you for making that decision, because that's phenomenal. Good for you guys. And as you, that's really what it is, But listen, and I've said this, with the exception of being in the military, today playing football is really the last thing that can teach your kids toughness, can teach them commitment, dedication, and all the things that is necessary, as you all know, going through life as an adult, that's essential whether you have a job, a family, or whatever. So the things that they get out of being a player in our program will help them later on in their lives. And for all of you kids in here, just understand, whether it's your mom, your grandmother, your aunt, whoever's here with you today, they never stop watching over you. They never stop protecting you. They never stop doing for you. I myself, a 30-year-old man, or maybe a little bit older, my mom still does that stuff for me. All right, I remember being in high school and all the things that moms do, she did, and today she still does the same thing. If I'm coughing, she's all over me about going to the doctor. Okay, if it's cold out, she's on me about putting a coat on. I don't even own a coat, but she still says it to me. Okay, she's one of those people like you all have here today that set the stage for you to be able to be a productive member of society. My mother does the greatest thing for our program. She is convinced that she is bad luck. Convinced. So every time the other team scores a touchdown, you can find her wandering around the parking lot up by the school because she leaves because she's convinced if she leaves, we'll start winning again. Last year at MetLife Stadium in the bowl game, she was in one of those luxury boxes, and in the first half when we were losing, she was out in the parking lot in the rain or whatever, or the cold, wandering around. And I started to think that maybe there's something to that, because in the second half we came back and won. So, but seriously, guys, today's about saying thank you to your mom, your guardian, whoever's here with you. There's special people in your lives. As an adult, I can say to all you kids, no matter what you do in your life, no matter how successful you are, no matter how many hard times that you have, there's always going to be somebody there that's going to support you, that's going to help pick you up when you're down, or help celebrate with you when you're up. And that's your mom, your grandmother, your aunt, whoever that close person is. Make sure today you say thank you, even after your speech. This is a great event. We get to say thank you to our moms today. You shouldn't need an event like this to say it on a regular basis, because they will always be saying thank you to you, whether you realize it or not, by the things they do. So make sure at some point after today, guys, you do the same thing. We clear? So I want to say, Mom, thank you. Come on up, and then we'll get started with our seniors. Thanks, Mom. "30 years old, and still doing it." I'm going to get somebody to believe that one day. Somebody. Are we going to call them up one at a time, or they know to come up?
APL is starting.
All right. And guys, listen. Let me just say a couple things before I pass this off. First, people, when you're coming up, just make sure you watch the mic. Okay. I should have sat down. Make sure that you just watch the cord here, the microphone cord, that nobody trips. And when our boys are up here speaking, please give them your undivided attention. For you freshmen, sophomores, and juniors in the room, this is going to be you one day. It doesn't sound like a long time. It sounds like a long time off. Hey, I got 4 years or 3 years. It's going to go quick. So pay attention, and please give the speakers your undivided attention. Thank you, and enjoy the rest of the day.
There we go, I fixed it. All right, how's everyone doing this morning? Okay, where do I begin? I don't have my mom to tell me right now, so I'm already lost. My mom has helped me so much, I cannot even put it into words. She does my laundry, cooks, all that mom stuff. Growing up, she never left my side, supporting me every step of the way. I argue with her, always give her a hard time, even though I shouldn't. But she always figures out whatever is bothering me. We get over it, and she forgives me. There's one argument we've been having for as long as I can remember. I've been begging my parents not to come to my sporting events ever since I was in middle school. I don't want my mom to sit at my games or watch any of my matches. My mom always asks me why I don't want her there, but I never gave her an answer. When I think about it, I realize now that I've been hurting her feelings, and that is the last thing I want to do, ever. I've never been able to explain it to her until now. Mom, I didn't want you to come because I couldn't stand the thought of disappointing you. I love you that much. I never wanted you to leave the field thinking I'm less than what you hoped I would be. Here's the thing. In all the years I begged you not to come, you came anyway. Nothing got in your way. Not work, not the weather, not even my big mouth. You sat there in the cold stands in the hot gym for hours. You were there for me, knowing that I might spend less than a minute on the field or get pinned in under 60 seconds. And never, not once, did you tell me you were disappointed in me or give me any indication that you thought I should have done better. You responded instead with unconditional love and pride. You never made me feel second best. In fact, you made me feel and continue to make me feel like I can do anything because I'm your son and you will always be there for me. I know there are a lot of amazing moms in this room, and forgive me for saying it, really. I'm sorry to all my teammates, but my mom is the best. There's no one else like her. I hope and pray that I will always make you proud because there's nothing more important to me than you and the incredible family you gave me. Thank you for putting up with me. Thank you for coming to my games when I told you I didn't want you there. Thank you for being the incredible support that you are. Thank you for loving me no matter what. I'll be heading off to college soon, so I won't get to see you every day, But know this, Mom. I'm going to get up every morning and remind myself that I'm your son, and I'm going to make you proud. Forever. I love you. Please come up and get your rose.
Dear Mom, thank you for all the support you give me and for always being there for me. Even though we don't live together, I still appreciate everything you do for me. And I try to see you as much as possible on the weekends. There's no other moms like you. I love how we have such a close connection where I can come to you for anything without hesitating. You're the strongest woman I know. You've been through so much, and I've never stopped. You're the strongest woman I know. You've been through so much, and you've never stopped fighting, and that's why you are the way you are today. No matter how hard the problem is, you always find a way to overcome it. You've sacrificed so much in life to make sure that we live a good life, and you give us everything. Life has had its ups and downs, but you've never left my side. Thank you for coming to every one of my games from flag football to now. Thank you for never giving up on our family or me. From day one, you have been my #1 supporter and one of my greatest fans. Thank you for being the best mom I could ask for. I love you. Please come up and get your rose.
This one? This one? Alright. Mom, for the past 18 years, you've taught me a lot. To walk, to talk, and to not leave your door open for the dog to eat your new cleats. When I was young, I would stay by my mom's side with whatever she did. Sometimes she would have to leave to go to the store or something, and I would get nervous when she took too long. So she used to tell me I'll be home with 4 SpongeBob episodes, because I love watching SpongeBob. Unfortunately, she thought the episodes were 30 minutes long, and they were actually 15. So I'd wait for 2 hours crying after an hour had gone by. Even now, I'm grateful for all you do for me. I don't know how many kids can say their mom gets up at 5:30 every day to put their jersey in the wash and cook breakfast for when I wake up. Even taking off of work to come to all my games. I know how much you love watching the game, even though you don't know what's going on half the time. I never fail to hear you screaming at the top of your lungs when Dad tells you I did something good. You've always told me no one loves you more than a mom loves their son. But let me tell you that no one loves their mother more than I love you. Please come up and get your rose.
First of all, I would like to say I love you, Mom, and want to thank you for everything that you've done for me up to my life so far. My mom is the most loving, caring, and sweetest person I know. She goes out of her way to make other people, and especially me, happy. Whether it's asking me how practice was, giving me nice long massages, sending me texts on game day about how proud you are of me, or putting up with me when I wasn't hungry because I would get Dairy Queen with Aladdin after practice. I remember my sophomore year when Anthony got hurt. Every day you would ask me how I was feeling and would follow up with, "Please don't get hurt, my little baby." I would laugh, roll my eyes, and say I'm perfectly fine, but it showed me how much you loved me and how awful it would make you feel seeing me in pain. I want to thank you for coming to all of my games, always having food ready for me when I come home after long practices, doing my laundry every day, and waking me up for school. I can't even imagine how many lates I would have if it wasn't for you. I know it's not easy being the only girl in the house and dealing with Aunt, Dad, and me, but you managed to do it with always having a smile on your face. Always have countless memories of us all watching Steeler game together and you screaming at the TV when Big Ben throws a 5-yard pass. Dad, Aunt, and I would always think you were crazy, but you would never fail to make us laugh and have a good time. I saw a quote a few weeks ago and it really stuck with me. It made me think of how lucky I am to have such a good mother-son relationship with you. The quote says, "There has never been, nor will there ever be, anything quite so special as the love between the mother and the son. Mom, there's nothing I will ever love more than you. Honestly, don't know what I would do without you, and I most definitely would not be the man I am today. I am truly grateful and blessed to be able to call you my mother. I love you more than words can describe. Will you please come up and get your rose?
Dear Mom, thank you for giving me the best start of life's greatest mysteries and trials. I know you're tired and overwhelmed with the whole parenting thing, but really, I don't think you understand how much your efforts mean to me. I am growing up and I'm getting older, and the more time passes, I realize that without you, I would not have made it into the place I am today. This letter is a thank you note to you because I think you should understand how much I love you. Thank you for the beginning. The times where feeding me constantly, kept you up all night, changing my diapers was something you never really looked forward to doing. If that isn't love, then I don't know what is. Thank you for teaching me how to write my name and read Cat in the Hat. You were my first favorite teacher. You were constantly making me read and learn something that was something always an adventure. Thank you for moving here to Wayne, where I was able to meet wonderful neighbors who I can rely on, where I meet a bunch of guys teaching me the importance of brotherhood, where the coach taught me how to take responsibility for myself and teaching me the essence of becoming a man. Without you, Mom, none of the opportunities that I was blessed never came true. Thank you for all the holidays that you made special and the birthdays that were unforgettable. You're barely in any of the pictures because you're always the one behind the camera. Just know that I appreciate that too. Without you, some of the favorite moments that wouldn't have been captured. Mom, thank you for loving me more, for the hugs and kisses when I needed them most, for the punishment that I needed to understand, the nights where you stayed up to help me finish my essays and projects. Since the day I was small till the day I became tall, since beginning understanding things till the day I got my own wings, your love have never fallen short. You have been my only support. I want to hold you tight and hug you. Just as much I want to say thank you, Mom. I love you. Come with yours, Mom.
Mom, I know I don't say this enough, but thank you for everything that you do for me. For every time I've been too stubborn to see that you were right, or for every time that I came home late for practice to see a warm meal and a loving face, thank you. For everything that you gave me, for every time that you gave me your undying support, expecting nothing in return, thank you. For every time that I was upset and you managed to find a way to fix things, thank you. For being here for me every step of the way throughout my life, thank you. Everything I achieved in my life, I know I can dedicate to you because you're always the one guiding me onto the right path. I could have not asked for a better role model in my life than you, Mom. From teaching me to walk when I was young to teaching me to drive as a young adult, you have been my guiding light in life. And even with things looking to change on the horizon because of college, I know that if I'm ever feeling down or upset, I can rely on my mom. You're the best mother that any son could have, and I love you. Now will you please come up and get your rose?
Mom, it is hard for me to put everything you have done for me into words. You've always been there for me through thick and thin, and I can always count on you. Whether it be dropping off my football bag that I forgot at 6 in the morning, or making sure I get to practice on time, you've always been there. Even when I get myself into trouble and you're disappointed, you and I know that you will always have my back. In life, you have taught me many valuable lessons like family first, which I will use forever. I appreciate everything you do and have done for me, whether it is big or small. Overall, thank you for always being by my side and making sure I'm okay and making sure I go on the right path in life. I love you, and you're the best mom I could ask for. Please come up and get your rose.
Mom, there's absolutely nothing in this world that makes me happier than your presence. For those of you who do not know, I've been a mama's boy my entire life. It goes all the way back to preschool, where I could not go anywhere without the printed laminated photo of your face that you gave me. This just assured me that you were definitely going to come back and not leave me there forever. And some of the days of the picture wasn't enough for my liking, and I would make you sit in the back of the room like an idiot while every other parent was at home sleeping. That's just one example of the fact that you would literally do anything to make me happy. If I'm happy, you are happy, and that's what makes you special. Even as I got a little older in elementary school, I couldn't even sleep at a friend's house without calling you at 3 a.m. to pick me up just because I missed you too much. And the fact that you would even come pick me up at that time is insane. I always convinced myself going into a sleepover that I would be fine this time. 5 minutes in, I'd be crying in the bathroom. Throughout my entire life, you have been there for me. We joke around, we have a good time, we argue a lot, and you know I love to say things just that make you angry. And I have been going through a lot the last couple months, and you have done everything you can do to make me happy throughout the situation. You do my laundry, you cook and get me food, you do all the mom stuff, but the most important role is that you're my alarm clock. A really annoying alarm clock. The only difference is I can't necessarily hit snooze on you, so waking up isn't an option. Whether we are listening to Sherry Darling by Bruce Springsteen or blasting One Direction on the way down the shore, we always seem to have a great time together. You seriously are the best mom anyone could ever ask for, and I can never tell you how much I appreciate you. Just being with you, I feel safe, warm, and loved. I seriously love you more than anything in this world. Please come up and get your rose.
Mom, words can't even describe how much I really do love and care about you. You're my rock since I was born, and you've always been there for me. I don't want to thank you for doing things like my laundry and cleaning up my room, because that would be a lie. This may explain why all my clothes are wrinkled, my room is a disaster, but that's besides the point. I will thank you for cooking all the time, though, especially when I come home from practice and have a hot meal to eat. Now, I just wanted to add this in here. I didn't really know where to put it. Fishing is one of my favorite things to do outside of football. Most sons go out and fish with their dad, not me. My mom is one of the people that would take me out. It was about 2 years ago when it was officially confirmed that I was better at fishing than her. She cast her line out and got it caught in a tree. She then tried to pull it out. It zoomed right at her, hooked herself right in the arm. If anyone was wondering, this was a trip to the emergency room. Ma, you've always been my #1 fan at my game since I was a peewee. You've always been there, and I could always hear you cheering me on. It wasn't until my junior year of high school during games I would look for you in the stands and I would always get your attention and wave at you. I guess when I was little I was embarrassed to do that. Mom, one thing you've been helping me out with lately is college. You always push me to do things, whether it's Naviance, College Board, or the SATs. You're always on top of those things with me, and I know I get frustrated with you and we argue, but I really am thankful that you've been there for that process because I wouldn't be able to do it without you. You always push me to my full potential, and I really do appreciate it so much. Another quick thing I wanted to add in is that for years my phone password has been 111080. What is that, you might ask? That's my mother's birthday, and my lock screen's a picture of her. Mom, that's all I have to say, partially because I'm an awful writer, and partially because you're probably tearing up by now. Will you please come up and accept this rose?
Wait, which one is it? Oh, it's this one. Mom, I'd like to start off by saying that I appreciate every single thing you do for me. If it's dropping off something at the high school for football because I forgot to bring with me for practice, making me food when I come home during lunchtime because I'm too lazy to, or just asking me how my day was and how I'm feeling, or even just remind me to do things like telling me to get a haircut because I look like a chia pet. The list can go on for hours, maybe even days, but all I want you to know is that I truly appreciate the little things you do for me. Secondly, I want to thank you for being there for me when I'm either sad or down and wiping away my sadness with your hugs in the worst of times. That's something I will always cherish. Lastly, I want to end this speech by saying thank you for being around me day after day to make sure that I'm on the right path and make sure that my life is as good as it could be. I know we sometimes butt our heads over little things, but no matter what, I will always be your little 6-pound peanut. Mom, I love you more than anything, and there isn't anything I want to do for you. Can you please come up and receive your rose?
Mom, you are the greatest woman in my life, and I am so thankful to be able to call you my mother. There are truly not enough words in this world for me to try and describe my love for you, but I will do my best. Thank you for being who you are. Thank you for always caring for me and providing me unconditional love no matter what. Thank you for being my biggest supporter, and thank you for shaping me into the man that I am becoming. In my life, you have always been my biggest supporter, whether it be on the football field or off. From you coming to all of my football, basketball, and baseball games while juggling work, to you staying up with me past your bedtime, to making me a second dinner after practice, you have always been there for me. When I am going through a tough time and I need someone to confide in, you are the first person I turn to, as I know I do not have to hide my emotions with you. I know it is hard for you to see your little boy grow up, but inside I will always be that little kid that just wants to spend time with his mom, even when I try to play it cool in front of my friends. You have taught me compassion, dedication, and love throughout my life, and I am so thankful to have a wonderful mom like you. What other mom would do all the cool stuff you do with me? From us watching gruesome horror movies together, being avid fans of Villanova basketball together, you taking me to my first concert, Metallica, having a baseball catch together, and you trying to understand as much about my positions in football as possible. You are truly the coolest mom out there, and I thank God every day for the wonderful mother He has given me. I know I have not always been easy to handle, as I am a teenage boy, but you have always put up with me, showed unwavering love, and pushed me to be the best person I can be. I know all of my broken bones during football have also not been easy for you to deal with, but I am thankful that you were always able to stay composed in front of me to help me handle the situations better. Throughout my life, I have always valued the time I get to spend with you. You are my biggest supporter, and I love you endlessly, Mom. As I said before, there is truly not enough time in the world for me to express the love I have towards you, but I hope I have done a good job showing you what you mean to me. Mom, please come up and get your rose.
It's been 4 years since our first mother-son brunch, and we both know you've been dying to hear a speech out of me. So here it goes. Mom, there's no one on this earth that loves us, cares for us, and treats us the way you do. I truly believe those that they say mothers have superpowers when I see all the things you do for us. You take care of 6 kids. Now you're all probably saying to yourself, I thought she only had 5 kids. Well, the sixth is unfortunately my father. For everyone that knows him, it's pretty self-explanatory. You and the other moms take care of our football team, and we're thankful for all of you that treat us well and feed us before games. There's no one in this world that could fill your spot as a mother. No one can act like you, no one can take care of us like you, and there's no one that works harder than you. Starting your day off every morning at 5:30, feeding everyone breakfast, going to work all day, and picking up everyone from school after their school activities isn't an easy task. Speaking of kids, all of them are crazy, except for me, because I'm the normal one. You've been my biggest supporter since day one, and I can't thank you enough for it. I love you with all my heart, and I'm for sure your son forever. Can you please come up and accept this rose?
I want to start off by saying I'm incredibly thankful for having you as my mother. You have done so many things for me in my life. You're the one that started my football career by signing me up when I was 5 years old. You would always make sure that I would get to practice on time, even if I didn't want to go. And I knew when I get home, there'd be a warm meal waiting for me on the table. When I got hurt, which happens many times, you would always be the first person there to help and care for me. When I thought that I couldn't play anymore, she convinced me to go back and keep going. Even 2 days ago, when I found out that my high school career might be over, she comforted me and assured me that if I kept working, I'd be able to come back. Even though after 12 years of watching me play football, she still doesn't know what's going on, she still makes sure she's at all my games. Even after she was diagnosed with breast cancer, she still made sure that every Saturday afternoon she was at my game. Every time I feel like I can't do it anymore or I have nothing left in the tank in the fourth quarter, I always think about you, not only being breast cancer once, but twice. Without you, I wouldn't be half the man I am today. And I thank you for that. Now will you please come up and get your rose?
Hi everyone. Hi everyone. Mom, so I don't want to stand up here and give cliches about how you do my laundry and drive me to practice because you don't. I want to talk about how you're the strongest person I've ever met and everything you sacrifice on a daily basis just for me and my sister to succeed in life. You've been my role model for my entire life. I've always looked up to you as the person with the strongest will in the world. And it's true. No matter how rough times get or how bad a situation gets, you always get through it. And when things like that do happen, you're the only one who cares about me and Abby when it happens. You always look to us and make sure that we're just better. You ran for the board in 2016, and the only reason you did it was for me and Abby, just so that we can have an easier time and make situations better getting through school. Then when your term ended, you ran again, and most people think that it was just like so we can do that, but it was so you can watch me graduate and stand on the stage with me. Some people say it's conceited and self-centered, but I think it's the most selfless thing anybody could ever do. And it's just because you're a free spirit, just like that, everything you do in life. And that's what I love most about you. You're my favorite person in the world, and I love you more than anything. Please come up and get this rose.
Hello? Mom, in life there are many things that are consistent. The world's always in a state of change for the better or worse. Every day I get out of bed wondering what the world is going to throw at me, but there's always one thing I know, no matter the day. That you always have my back and that you love me. You're my rock, you raised me into the person that I am today and did a pretty good job. Almost every day you tell me that I'll never have a heart attack, because I don't get worked up easily. When in reality it's because I know no matter the situation, I'll be able to handle it because of what you have shown me. Most things in life you have shown me are for the better, like my strong personality and my persistence to achieve my goals. But some, not so much. Like your unrivaled road rage and stubbornness. But most of all, you have shown me that good people are hard to come by. And when you find them, you have to hold on to them and never let them go. Mom, no matter how much we knock heads, I'll never let you go. I love you. Come up here and get your rose.
My mom, you are the kind of loving mother who have always been a special and caring mentor and confident, and also a friend, someone I can depend on. You have helped me and encouraged me to go after my hopes and my dreams. You always think of others, lending a helping hand, and I just want to tell you that I hope I won't ever let you down, because you mean the world to me. I hope God will always bless you and keep you healthy. Please come up and get your rose.
Dear Mom, I am beyond thankful to have you as my mom. When I think of you, so many different memories come to mind. Memories that will live in my head and heart forever. For everything you do, I am thankful for everything you do for me and believing in me and making me the man I am today. Thank you, Mom, and come get your rose.